For today's demo, we are going to work with the concept of free fall. And to do that, what I've got is a collection of objects. So I have 3 different sets with 6 total objects. Small, I have one of my cat's mice and a decorative rock. I have a small iron, and it is in fact made out of iron, so it's a little heavy. And then I have this red stress ball. Then I have bananagrams, which has all of the pieces inside of it, and a pink foam football. So I've grouped them by size to get approximate sizes together. And then also back here, I've got some mass information. I have a small kitchen scale, and I use that just so you can get an idea. The pink football is about a little more than 300 grams smaller than bananagrams. And then the mouse is grouped with the rock, and that's 7 grams versus 63 grams, and then 22 to 172 grams. Just so we get some mass difference, but some similar sizes and shapes. And when you do this yourself, I encourage you to look for things like that. You can do it by feel. That's how I started. Bananagrams, you can hear, it's got a lot of stuff in it. And the football doesn't. It's very squishy. You don't need to do 3 sets. I just wanted to give you a more thorough picture of what's happening. So what I've got on the side here is a timer. Since I'm recording with my phone, the timer is a different device, but when you do it, you can use your phone's stopwatch as your timer. And so what I am going to do is set this up higher, hopefully not too high. There we go. And I'm just going to slide the whiteboard so you get all white. And I'm doing that just so we can clearly see all of the objects. And what I'm going to do is, from about the height of the phone, as close as I can get, I'm going to drop both objects at the same time and hit start on the timer. And then I'm going to write down for you what the timer tells me the time was. So I'm going to do 1 object at a time, which means I'm going to do 2 runs of everything, and then we'll compare times. So first, I have the mouse and the rock, and I'm gonna move them off to the side of the phone just so it can be at approximately the same height. 3, 2, 1, go. And they hit so fast, I didn't even get a full second. And so I actually was timing for the mouse that time. I have 0.56 of a second for the mouse. And I'm going to reset my timer, bring these 2 back up to the side, and now I'm going to measure the rock. 3, 2, 1, go. And I got 0.46 seconds for the rock. So these are so close. They're both approximately half of a second that I can chalk this difference up to human error, and I can say that it was about half of a second. And this I'm making note of a little further off to the side, back over here. So now I've done that. Now I'm gonna do the iron and the ball. First I'm gonna measure the iron, and then I'm gonna measure the ball. Again, resetting my timer, holding these 2 items up so you can see them up off to the side. 3, 2, 1, go. So the ball hit in also about 0.5 seconds. gonna reset my timer, bring my objects back up, and I'm gonna measure the iron. 3, 2, 1, go. This was 0.4 seconds. Again, very close in time. I can chalk this up to human error, because it's very hard when you are doing it yourself to make sure that you're dropping them at the exact same time and that you are hitting the timer right away. And with such a short distance, I can say that it took about half a second to fall. And so I'm going to do it one more time. I've got bananagrams and the ball this time, resetting my timer. Got ahead of myself there. Banana, grams, and ball. So I am now going to raise these up and then attempt to drop them at the same time. We'll see how well that goes. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. That didn't work. My timer didn't start. So we'll have to do it again. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. So bananagrams hit in 0.43 seconds. Let's see how fast the ball is now. Resetting the timer one more time. Picking up the objects. Let's measure the ball now. 3, 2, 1, go. And that was also 0.43 seconds. So you can see, and I know these aren't massively different objects in size, or in weight. It's not like I'm dropping a bowling ball versus this football. This I just wanted to make sure I did with only household objects. But you can see, despite the fact that they do have differences, and considering some of our mass differences, the bananagrams are over 300 grams heavier than the football, you'd expect to see some difference, and yet we didn't. I encourage you to try this. You're going to do it with a couple of objects you find in your own home. You can hand weigh them, like I said at the beginning, and see how it goes. The actual height itself that you drop it from, you're welcome to measure it, but I am not terribly concerned with that. I just want you to be consistent when you drop things from a height, which is why I pick small objects I could hold in one hand, so I could make sure I drop them at the same time, or as close to sure as I could. And the tricky part is just making sure that I was able to hit the timer right away, which didn't work every time. And this is how we're going to talk about free fall. And after this, you should watch the lecture on free fall to learn more about what's happening here.